Yeah, what kind of things?
A little bit of under center work, stuff that will help me, get prepared for the future as well. Just little things that can help me.
So you are going pro next year?
No, we'll see. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get ready.
You're talking about doing things, about getting better. Do you see that already, or was that something we won't see maybe till the fall?
As in,
As
just.
far as just your physically and all your preparation.
Maybe the spring game, but yeah, I think majority of that stuff will be seen in fall.
You feel stronger and things will be a little bit heavier.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, there's still some room to grow in that aspect. And, we have a few months after spring ball to kind of fill that void.
How many interceptions have you thrown this spring?
A lot. I've thrown like 3, I think, already. Dargan's got me twice. He's got me twice. And then Defoe caught a screen on me. We returned it for 6, so I got to work on some of those things.
That's like a whole season's worth there for you.
But yeah, I mean, it's good to get it out in practice now.
Hey, could you talk about Tyler and when he got hurt in the bowl game, you went over and gave him a big hug, and how he's doing now, and just your feelings about him, and he said he's your protector, he's the blind side, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's an awesome guy. He came in with me. He's in my class, and we've kind of had a good friendship since then. And it was hard to see him go down, especially the way he went down, kind of on a cheap shot. But he kind of took it with a positive attitude. He said he was going to come back as fast as he could, just so that he can prove to all the younger guys that no matter what, you can battle through some things. And he's done an awesome job. He's been a huge vocal leader for us, and he means a lot to us.
He said rehab hasn't been that hard. Is that just a statement about how tough he is?
Exactly, yeah, and he's really pushing the envelope in that sense. And I think Chief and the medical staff are trying to slow him down a little bit, but he doesn't want to, and I think that's a really cool aspect.
Coach talked about how a lot of guys this spring are, some of the redshirt freshmen, the new guys learning kind of the verbiage you guys are using. That is that part of what you do in spring, is trying to get everybody kind of on with the terms and kind of knowing what you guys are doing?
Yes, for sure, and I think it helps us get prepared for fall. When instead of having the kind of for say like just kind of going through it slowly with some of the younger guys, a lot of these freshmen now will be prepared to go once fall rolls around, and in that sense we can really hit the ground running. And it's just kind of a way for us to get everybody on the same page and ready for fall.
Has there been anybody in that secondary, some of those younger guys that have made some plays on you that kind of catch your eye?
I mean, the Robinson twin has done an awesome job. Dargan's done a great job. He's been doing it for a while now. Obviously, Efo and a lot of those guys. I think the twins, Imoko twins, have done well. Even Chris Issei. I think they're all growing up in their respective positions, and it's kind of fun to see that. And hopefully they'll continue to get better.
You noticed a difference in Eric back there this year, given the way his season ended last year? Obviously not the way he wanted it to, and now losing a couple guys back there.
Yeah, I think he's really stepped up in a mature leadership role. He's really helping out a lot of those younger guys, and he's really just trying to be a vocal leader out there for us, and he's done an awesome job.
Marcus, last year in some of the clutch moments, you had a great chemistry with Josh, obviously at Washington in the second half of the Civil War. Is that something you still need to develop with the other guys, or is it something you find out about in those moments? Or?
Like you said, I trust all those guys, and those guys are going to step up in those moments. And I have all the confidence. It's 4th and 11, to tie the ball game up. Whatever the situation may be, really all those guys out there have done an awesome job so far, and I really look to them, and I'm confident in them.
Do you feel like the ball will be spread around even more with receivers this year because there's so many more competing?
I would agree with that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of athletes we have outside, and as long as I can get them the ball, they're going to make plays. So really just got to find the ball and really distribute it to everybody.
Marcus, what about out of the backfield? Obviously, D'Anthony was so good at catching the ball out of the backfield. Are there any guys, running backs wise, who are that's their strength in receiving?
I think both Thomas and Byron have really good hands, and they kind of pose a mismatch with linebackers in that sense when they have a one-on-one. And we're really going to look to them for that. A lot of teams like to double some guys inside, and hopefully we'll have a one-on-one matchup with linebackers with them. And they understand that, and they're really good in that sense.
Your defensive line is so tall, 6'8", 6'9". Is that hard to throw against?
Yes.
Does that pose a problem for you?
I mean, it's they're with Defoe and Eric being able to just kind of put their hands up. Sometimes you got to move a little bit to find a passing lane. But I mean, in some sense, it does bother us a little bit, but we're able to find ways to battle it.
What's your favorite part of practice?
I like, I don't know, I like the first part of practice, really. We kind of do a little team stuff right off the bat, and really sets the mood and the tempo of the practice. And you know, it feels kind of sluggish, like how it kind of was today. You know, we need guys to step up and get it going. And you know, I like it in that sense. You know, guys get to compete right off the bat, and like I said, it just kind of sets the tempo of the practice.
Any chance we see you under center in an Oregon uniform?
We'll see. You got to talk to Coach Frost and Coach Hubbard. I wouldn't mind that. You know, it would be a different look.
With the draft coming up soon, are there ever any moments where you're thinking former teammates are getting ready for the draft? Wow, that could have been me, or did you totally put all that behind you?
No, that's all behind me. I'm just excited for those guys, and you know, to fulfill some of those lifelong dreams. And you know, really, those guys have huge aspirations, and you know, I'm looking forward to seeing where they end up.
Marcus, in terms of leadership, I know last year you were working a lot on becoming more of a vocal leader. Is that something you're still kind of developing, or is there another aspect you're focused on this year?
I'm still developing that sense. You know, like I said, I'm kind of shy by nature, kind of quiet, and you know, it's still some of those things I gotta kind of remind myself, like, hey, you gotta speak up a little bit, and just my body language is another thing that I really gotta work on as well. Coach Hubbard just really kind of pinpoint that on me to just show confident body language and just be a leader.
What's your take on the unionization?
Excuse me?
Unionization of players.
That's an interesting topic. You know, that I mean, you can see both sides of the argument. You know, I don't know. It's kind of. I haven't really put much thought into it, but we'll see what kind of ends up of it.
You feel like you guys deserve more?
You know, with the amount of you know, money that goes into our education, you know, a great example is a lot of these guys are graduating this spring, and to be able to get that degree is kind of, I wouldn't say it's priceless, but it's I would say it fulfills what we need. And you know, obviously there's always an argument to getting more money. Guys will always, you know, want a little more money. That's just the nature of college athletics. But at the same time, you know, we do get a lot of things. I mean, we look around these facilities, these buildings, and we are really blessed, and we can't take that for granted.